People are saying that design studios are dying. Multiple podcasts, Grayscale Gorilla, School of Motion, and some others that I've listened to, they've been talking about the idea of traditional design studios dying off. When I say traditional design firm, I mean massive companies with a lot of designers, bookkeepers, account managers, sales teams. I've been spending a lot of time thinking about this over the last year because starting a studio is something that I desire. I think it sounds really cool that like the next step after freelance, after I have a network and a portfolio built, to start hiring people on, create a close-knit team, and just take the world by storm. So let's jump into it. Why are these studios dying? The main reason is because of freelancers and micro studios. Why would somebody hire an agency when it means that you're going to have to pay for their CEO, their account managers, their sales team, their designers, their freelance designers that you didn't even know that they were using, when you could just skip all of that overhead and just directly hire that freelancer? The secondary reason is the efficiency of technology. For the first time ever, a freelancer or a micro studio, and when I say that, I mean like 5 people or less, like a boutique studio, can now produce the same work that these mega agencies are producing. Like the power that's been packaged into these affordable pieces of technology are changing the game. So knowing all this, where does my future lead? Here's the tricky thing. Like I started Knitted City, I didn't name it Codigero because I want this to be a team. I want to have people to work with, collaborate with. I think that's where the best work comes from. But there's this new way about doing this. And it's like this, I'm going to call it this freelance spiderweb. Imagine you have a traditional studio agency over here where you have to pay for salaries, rent, vacations, incentives, healthcare. But then over here, you have this freelance spiderweb of individual freelancers and micro studios. Everybody is finding projects on their own. And whenever they find one, they pull in their network of freelancers or small studios to help with that. It's like having an agency on demand. The really cool thing about this is that clients pay half as much in this setting as they would if they hired an agency, but freelancers get paid double the amount because you can cut that price in half and still make a ton more money because it's not going to random overhead that you would have had in that other situation. I do want to say that I believe that there is a place in the market for these large agencies. And I think that their place comes from being able to offer technology that's not yet available to freelancers or these small studios. So things that are just way too expensive for us to afford. As much as I secretly want to build a design empire, this has really made me, like hearing these podcasts has really made me stop and re-strategize and think about the best way for me to go in my future. It doesn't really line up with my desires. I still crave that big team of people, but I don't know. At this moment in time, it seems like the smarter routes for me to stay small and nimble. One quick question before I wrap things up. What do you do? I am really curious. I've had a lot of new people follow from Europe and India, and I'm just, to be honest, I would love to start making these a little bit more technical on the design side, but I don't want to do that if nobody's even in design. I just am curious why you started watching these and what it is that you do. So if you don't mind, either write in a comment or send me a message or whatever, I'd really appreciate that. Thanks so much. I hope you have an amazing week. I will see you next Tuesday.